Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is a really exciting video for me. I am a huge fan of Kat Von D beauty and I managed to get my hands on the new Saint and Sinner eyeshadow palette. This is Kat Von D's 2017 beauty holiday release. Every year she releases a holiday eyeshadow palette, and this year this is what it is. Isn't it just gorgeous? Look at the packaging. It's all embossed, raised. Kat Von D's packaging is always so well thought out. There's always a story behind it. She does all of the design herself, which is something that I really appreciate. She is an artist through and through. This palette was really inspired by Gothic cathedrals and their stained glass windows. And as you can really tell, it really makes sense if you know that, because when you look at the colors on the inside, and even the packaging itself is kind of shaped like a window. So one side is the sinner, and then the other side is the saint, and then together it is saint and sinners. And then there are two mirrors on the inside, which is really nice. Really well thought out packaging in my opinion. On the back, it has all of the shadow names and their places in the palette. So this palette retails for $83 Canadian. I think that is about on par to what her holiday eyeshadow palettes have been in the past. I will show you her other holiday release palettes just to kind of compare the size and the design of the palette. So let's get into it. Okay, I am taking you back. I guess this would be circa 2015. This is the Mavita Loca Remix eyeshadow palette. This was her holiday release in 2015, and it is a color wheel. So as you can tell, really bright and colorful. Her holiday launches are always limited edition, and they're always usually colorful and unique. So in this palette, you got 24 shadows. So this is probably one of my most favorite palettes. It's my most treasured palette. I love it so much. This is really what started my love for Kat Von D beauty. I love bright colors and colorful eyeshadow looks. So this really inspired me in so many ways, and just look at the packaging. It's so well thought out. I love that it was a color wheel. I've talked about this before, but I thought I would show you. And then last year she released the Metal Matte palette. So this palette has quite a large mirror on the top, which was really nice, and then it has the metal shadows on the top and then all mattes on the bottom. This palette wasn't as colorful as her release the previous year, but the Metal Crush shadows and the mattes were just such a nice touch. It's so nice to have mattes. Her Metal Crush formula is fantastic, so I really loved this as well. In this palette there are 22 shadows. And then this palette, the 2017 release, has 24 shadows. So all in all, I think it's pretty decently priced. It is limited edition. If you are a Kat Von D lover and a collector, then you need this in your life. Honestly, I don't have any other Kat Von D palettes. I only have her holiday release palettes because I'm just really attracted to the colors. I think her formula is excellent, and she does a really good job of making vibrant colors. So I was so excited and so hyped when she started talking about this and the theory behind it, and I fell in love with it before I even owned it. So there you go. This shadow contains a lot of glitter shadows and kind of like glitter toppers. The top two shadows you will see are more of glitter top coats. You can wear them on their own, or you can wear them on top of the other shadows to kind of change the iridescence of the shadows, which is really cool. There are also quite a few other really glittery shadows in here, and then there are some satin finishes. There are a few mattes, but not as many mattes as there's been in the past, obviously, which I kind of have a love-hate relationship with that. And the only reason is because I do like to have a matte for my crease. I don't generally like putting glitters and shimmers in my crease, but I'm not entirely opposed to it. I just find it's a bit more tricky. And on your first glance, if you don't know anything about the inspiration behind this palette, then you might find that the shadows are kind of all over the place. You might not think that the color theme necessarily makes sense, but when you think of stained glass windows, especially in cathedrals, then you can kind of get where she was going with this. I also think that if you close one side, you can kind of see a theme, and then if you look on the other side, you can kind of see a theme, so it kind of helps. But for this look today that I did use both sides, and I was really happy about it. So I did go outside and I did do some swatches, so you could see this actual swatches in the daylight. highlight. These are finger swatches, they're not brush swatches, but I didn't use any primer. My hands were dry, so there's nothing that should be changing the appearance of the shadows. This is just true to what they are. I did do a generous finger dip before I swatched the shadows. Okay, so I am going to go through every one of these shadows and I'm just going to tell you what I think straight up. So first I am going to swatch the Saint side for you. Okay, so the top color here is Absolution. So this is kind of like a glittery white silvery top coat. It does have some gold in it. I do really like it. It's not super pigmented on its own, but if you put it on top of other shadows, it does create a really nice finish. This second color here is Worship. So this is like a pretty eggplant purple. It is a satin finish. I did use this in my eye look today. It was a bit tricky to work with. This one is Immaculate. So this is kind of like a camo green color. It's really unique. I don't think that I've ever seen one of these colors in our holiday launches before. Don't have one like this in my collection already. So this one up here is Chalice. This is a really pretty brown, kind of a bronzy color. It is a satin finish again, really pigmented as you can see. This color here is Sacred Heart. It is a very pretty burnt orange satin finish. I didn't use this today, but I am so excited to get some use. It's going to be so perfect for fall. This next color is Amen. This is like a matte white shadow with a yellow undertone. This I feel she's had in a lot of her palettes before, but regardless, this is something that's really nice to have in a colorful palette for blending out or for helping these colorful shadows appear more vibrant. I did use this today as well, and I think that it is very pigmented and it was very easy to work with. This color here is Sanctuary. So this is kind of like a bluey browny satin shadow. It kind of reminds me of the same kind of idea of MAC's Blue Brown pigment. I do really like it. I think it's a really unique formula and it went on really well. Next color here is Heaven, and I am obsessed with this color. It is so pretty. It has a silvery lavender effect, which I don't know if you can really tell, but it's gonna look so pretty all over the lid. I can't wait to use it. And then the next color is Crucifix. So this is just a dark matte brown color. I do think that it's quite pigmented on finger swatch. I haven't used it with a brush yet, so I'm not sure how it will blend, but it's not patchy on swatch, so I think that it's gonna be quite good. This here is Cathedral. Again, this is like a silvery, bluish, shimmery shadow. It does have quite a bit of glitter in it as well, but it's very pretty. The next color is Rosary. So this is like a magenta, pinky shimmer color. I wore this on my lids today. So nice, so pigmented. I did find that the pigment came off a little bit better when I used my finger, but maybe I just wasn't using the right brush. And then this bottom color here is Baptism. So this is a beautiful matte, kind of light purple color. This was really pigmented and went on so nice with a brush. I was really impressed. It blended out beautifully. So that's it for the Saint side. Now I'm gonna move on to Sinner. So this top color here is Rapture. So this is meant to be kind of like a top coat color as well. So this is kind of like reddy pink and glittery. Obviously it's metallic looking. It's very pretty. I wore this on my eyes today. I love it. Second color here is Sabbath. So this is a matte black color. I do think that it is a bit patchy. It's not super black, but it is pretty decent. So I think that this will be fine. And then the next color is Ashes. This is like a brown, but with gold glitter. Very unique. I've never seen anything like this before. I'm excited to get to play around with that a bit. This color here is Martyr. Such a pretty camel brown matte color. Beautiful. This next color is Devil. This is a matte orange. I used this all over my lids today. Blended like a dream. So nice. This color here is Revelation. This is again like a darker brown color with gold glitter in it. Really pretty. This color here is Vestment. So this is like a turquoisey green color. It is a shimmer. It's so pretty. It really reminds me of Watt from the Metal Matte palette that she had launched last year. And this color here is Ministry. This is a pretty cobalt blue shimmer shadow, and this actually reminds me a lot of Nebula in the Metal Matte palette last year, but they're both really pretty colors, super pigmented, really nice. This color here is Exodus. This is like a matte green shadow. I'm not sure how this is gonna work on the lid, but I'm gonna be really interested to try this with a brush, so I'll keep you posted on that. This color here is Exorcism, so this is a matte dark purple, really pretty. I think purples are really hard to do from what I've seen, but it doesn't appear too patchy on finger swatch, so I haven't tried that on a brush yet, but I am excited to play with it. This next color, which is Wabam in Your Face, is a Relic, so this is a very, very pretty metallic gold. I'm a little disappointed though because it appears the pan in my palette is not quite full compared to the rest of the shadows in my palette. I'm not really sure why, if every palette is like this, but I almost feel like I have half of the shadow in comparison to the rest of the shadows there, so that's kind of odd, but regardless, it is a really pretty color. The last color here is Stigmata, so this is a very pretty crimson red metallic color, and it is just gorgeous. So, and now that I've swatched all the shadows for you guys, I am going to insert a little demo and tutorial on the look that I'm wearing today. So if you like it, then keep on watching. So first I'm going to prime my lids with this MAC paint pot. This is in the color Soft Ochre. I think I am just going to go all over my lid with Amen, just to go on top of that base I just laid down. I'm really liking the color Devil. I think I'm gonna put that all over my lid. It's a beautiful burnt orange color, and I'm sure you've noticed by now, but I don't have any other makeup on. I just wanted to kind of see if there was gonna be much fallout from this palette. Usually really colorful shadows do have a bit of fallout, and I remember Kat Von D's shadows in the past to have quite a bit, so just to save myself some misery, it'll just make cleanup easier after. So I am just using, this is a MAC 217, and I'm just really blowing it out. This is blending out beautifully. I think I'm going to pick up Worship, and I'm just gonna focus that on the outer V. So there's quite a bit of fallout with this shade, but that's all right. I'm using a fluffy crease brush similar to 217 for this, but I think I'm going to switch and use a Morphe 431 brush just so I can densely pack it into the corner. And I'm gonna go back to that fluffy brush now and just kind of focus it on the area where I've applied it, but just kind of blend it out a little bit and blend it outward. It's not sticking to the orange as much as I would like. I'm losing a bit of the color there when I blend it. So I'm just gonna keep on packing on the color in my corner until I get the effect. I'm really liking this color Rapture at the top. So I think I'm gonna try and take some of that and put it in my inner corner and kind of pull it out. See how this goes. So I'm using a Sigma smudge brush for this. It's an E21, and I'm just packing it on, and I'm gonna go into my inner corner. Just focusing on the inner corner and the lid. I'm not gonna bring it up into my crease. So on second thought, I put a bit of Rapture in my inner corner, but I'm not quite getting the effect that I'm looking for, so I'm gonna take Rosary and I'm gonna pack that on the center of my lid. I think I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm just gonna wipe it off on a napkin a little bit. Bit up with my finger, I think. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes your fingers are the best tools. Yeah, that's pretty. I'm gonna go back into that Rapture, and I'm gonna do the same thing to my inner corner again. And I'm even gonna take it in onto the lid. So pretty. So I am going back in with the same crease brush that I used for Devil, and I'm going to focus on the outer area of my eye again and just kind of blend things out. I'm not trying to blend things together because I don't want it to get muddy, and I like how it looks right now, but I just want to make sure that the corners look like they're just fading off and it doesn't look like I have a black eye. You can tell there is quite a bit of fallout, but I really like how the shadows look. I think the finish is super nice. This is a really pretty eye look. It doesn't look like much now, but I'm gonna get everything cleaned up. I feel like I want an inner corner highlight. I'm gonna pick up a bit of Baptism with this inner corner shader by Sigma. This is the E46. And I'm just gonna go in there. Yeah, that's nice. It's subtle, but it just kind of brightens up things a little bit. Really pretty. So I am going to disappear. I'm gonna put on the rest of my makeup, and then I'm going to come back and finish the eye look. Okay, so I just put the makeup on the rest of my face, and now let's finish the eye look, shall we? I'm liking how it's looking. I think I'm just gonna increase the intensity of that inner corner highlight. I'm gonna take that same fluffy crease brush that I used for the orange, and I'm just gonna go under my eye with that and kind of try and connect it with this out here. And I'm actually not gonna pick up any more color right for the second. I'm just gonna use what's left over on the brush. Actually, second thought, I am gonna pick up a bit of it. And now I'm gonna pick up a bit of that purple again, just a little insy bincy, and focus it on the outer part. And a bit of rosary again, and just gonna put that closest to my lash line. A bit of fallout. Let's try and get that away really quick. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it here. I really like the look so far, and I'm going to curl my lashes, put on a bit of mascara, and I'm gonna put on some falsies. So what are my final thoughts on this palette? Obviously, it comes as no surprise to a lot of you that I freaking love it. I mean, I haven't tried all of the shadows in any eye look yet, but I know for me personally, I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this palette because I do a lot of colorful eye looks. If you don't like a lot of colorful eye looks and you're more of a neutrals girl, then I don't think that this is the palette for you, but maybe you just want to have it in your eyeshadow palette collection. Just for the packaging alone, I think that this is something gorgeous to have in your collection. It is quite large, it's not travel friendly, it is definitely for a collector. I think she did such a good job. Such a good job. She always does a good job with her holiday releases. I think you get such a bang for your buck. It is a bit expensive, but you get a lot in here, and it is limited edition, so once it's sold out, you're never gonna get it again. It is still currently available on Sephora, so if you want to go get it, I would really suggest to go get it. I wouldn't wait until the holidays though, because I don't know if it will last that long, because like I said, it is limited edition, and this is her holiday release, but once it's gone, it's gone. So yes, I do think that this is worth the buy. Can't wait to continue to make some eye looks with this palette. If you guys want to see any more tutorials with me using this palette, then let me know for sure. Are you guys gonna buy this palette, or do you guys already own it? What are your thoughts? If you would, just take the time to give this video a like or leave me a little comment. That helps my video get seen more, so I would really appreciate it. I am on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. I have a blog, all that stuff. My username is @Keeksta89 for Instagram and Twitter. I will insert that here, and I will insert all the direct links to all my social media in the drop down bar below, so you should go check that out. If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe already. I do post videos weekly, and I do worth the buy quite often on my channel. Are there any videos that you guys would like to see me do? What do you think? Did you guys pick up any holiday launches? What did you guys get? Let me know. Do I need to get anything else? I'm sure I do. I always do. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. It means the world. Mwah. Love ya. Bye.